All right. How should we start it? We're recording.
Sing an intro song.
Intro.
My voice is a little gone. Had karaoke last night with coworkers.
Yeah. So this is the TV news class. We meet every Tuesday, Thursday from 1 to 2:15, and this is the first episode of Life at Haskell podcast. Today we have, you guys want to introduce? My name is Robert Hicks, member of the Premier Tribe of Nixon, Nevada. I am the media communications instructor here. Here we go. We'll just go around and introduce.
My name's Josiah Hill. From Parker City, Oklahoma. I'm Oto, and I'm a business major.
My name is Tara Roanhorst. I'm part of the Navajo Nation, and I am doing media communications.
My name is Kylie Mora. I'm from Jemez Pueblo, New Mexico, and what do I say?
Just your name.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm Heather Brown, and I'm from Yukon, Oklahoma, and my tribe is Cheyenne and Arapaho.
Hello, my name is Kyla Williams. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I'm enrolled in Second Fox of Oklahoma, but my other affiliations are Muskogee Creek and Absentee Shawnee.
Do you want to get in? Oh, shit. Here, let's move this a little bit. There we go.
Hello, my name is Cole Brinksplenty. I am Mini Koju Lakota affiliated with the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe.
Hello, my name is Derek Begay. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Dene, and I'm a senior here at Haskell, working on a bachelor's in business administration.
Hello, my name is Jathan Alonzo, and I'm here for my media communication.
Nice. So the premise of our series here is called Life at Haskell. So we're just kind of going around asking these questions to different students, recording them, and getting their experiences, and just kind of starting a little dialogue about campus and stuff. So should we just get into the questions? Try it out?
Sounds good.
All right. So what is Haskell to you? Start out.
Haskell to me is like a second home. I always kind of grew up in Lawrence. Growing up, I had a lot of family up here. I'm also Prairie Band, so Prairie Band's right there. So.
To me, Haskell is a community and just a place to get to know experiences I've never had before, because I didn't grow up on the res.
Haskell to me is like a second home, and to know more about it's a second home.
Haskell to me is like a family community. It brings all types of life together.
Haskell for me is basically like a connection to my indigenous side and being able to experience what my ancestors or my relatives have experienced here at Haskell as well.
Haskell to me is a place for affordable education, of course, for tribally enrolled members, but it's also a place, intertribal hub for connection. And it has a lot of potential, and I really hope with the administration and everything we can see that can improve and expand on the potential that Haskell has as an intertribal community. So that way we can connect with our relatives all across the United States.
So for me, Haskell is a lot of different things. Just like everyone said, it's so many things to so many people. I also feel like it's community. It's a home away from home. and it's a means to create more opportunities for Indigenous people.
Haskell for me is like a second family and a fun community to be a part of.
Nice. The next question is, why did you come to Haskell? So why did you come to Haskell?
One reason is because my grandma and grandpa met here. So my dad was technically a Haskell rascal. So that plays a big part. And just growing up, hearing about all the stories about Haskell and everything, and meeting tribes from all over the U.S., Alaska. Never thought I'd meet somebody from Alaska, let alone a native, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then my grandma used to always tell me she would serve Steve Revis in the lunch line, and I always thought that was cool. Figured I'd meet an actor, and guess I have, so.
Why did you come to Haskell?
I came to Haskell because, well, my brother went here, and then my cousins all went to Fort Lewis, but this one was just a lot closer to home. It's only 4 hours, so I was like, well, I'll just be like my brother.
I came to Haskell because I wanted to get away from home, and I just wanted to learn more about my ancestors, I guess.
I came to Haskell for to start a career for myself and a better life and get more opportunities.
The reason I came to Haskell is because during the time of COVID, or start of it, I was working at a customer service job, and it wasn't really for me. So I asked my grandmother if she could help me find something, and she was like, hey, Haskell's pretty close, and your aunts and uncles have been there before, and it's been helpful for them to kickstart their life. So I figured after it lightened up a bit, I decided to come in beginning of 2023 of spring, and it's been great.
I didn't think it was possible to go to college for me because I grew up on a Cheyenne River reservation in South Dakota. But it was made possible by my uncle, who offered me to live with him for a year, and which was here in Kansas. And just getting off the res was the biggest thing for me. And I didn't realize the things I've lived in, the situation, everything, circumstance. Because I'm unfortunately used to going to a lot of funerals and everything, and I've gone to my very first friend's wedding, very first time a year and a half ago, which was pretty cool. First time experiencing a wedding. Everyone gathering other than someone passing, better circumstances. But it's just the norms and everything that I grew up on the res. I thought that I wasn't able to actually move out of the res and pursue an education, let alone get into acting as well. I never thought that was gonna be a possibility, but it became a possibility. And shooting for the stars is something that is very beneficial for somebody developing and getting into college, because there's a lot of opportunity there, and things change. I changed my degree many times, but now I'm in the AIS degree program, BA. I just finished my communications, all my communication classes, so I'll be obtaining that this semester, I hope.
So I came to Haskell because as a non-traditional student, so I'm older, I was out in the workforce for quite a while, and when I was younger, I didn't take college seriously, and now that I'm older, I appreciate it so much more. And so when I started looking seriously at going back to school and getting a degree, that's when Haskell became an option, and it started looking like a really good option. Also, I have a sister. Her and her husband met here, so that was like, and they have Haskell Rascals, but. So she talked so highly of it, and her experience here was great. So I was like, yeah, let me give it a try.
I came to Haskell to further my education after high school and to get my associates.
And then the next one is, what is life at Haskell?
Life at Haskell to me is, community. I say community, meeting new people, embracing the campus life, everything, all the events, going to the events, just making friends, making family for the rest of your life.
Life, what was it? Sorry. Life at Haskell.
There we go.
Okay. Life at Haskell to me is opportunity. You have an opportunity to do different clubs. There's Greek life here. You can go to different events. You can go do hand games. You can go to the round dance last week. There's different powwows. There's different cultural events. So it's just opportunity mostly, I think.
Life at Haskell is I don't even know. It just I don't know. Everybody here is a big family, I feel like. I mean, everybody gets along. Well, yeah.
I feel like life at Haskell is very exciting.
Oops. My bad.
It's okay.
Did you guys hear that? No?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, did you hear something?
There's buttons here where you can push and get laugh tracks. So when you said that, I hear it. Yeah, my bad. You'll hear it later. My bad. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life at Haskell is basically what everyone before me has said. It's just family, community, and as long as you're involved, it'll be a great experience for everyone involved.
Life at Haskell for me it's whatever we make it, is what I've come to find. What do we choose to make of the experience here? That ends up being reality. I've found that a lot of the programming or setup here at Haskell is really student-led. So, and there's a lot of different options and opportunities here for students. We might not be the best supported or best resourced, but whatever we decide to do, it's usually well supported by staff. I've never heard anybody say no. That's a bad idea. Yeah.
Life at Haskell has been very fun. Made good friends. We play sports a lot together. Classes are fun and it's a good experience overall.
Nice. And for the next one, what is the theme song of your life?
Luckily, I had a little bit of time to think about this, but Here for a Good Time by George Strait. And I say that, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, I think we forget that whole point is to live and enjoy, travel and do things. And I know back home, it's kind of hard for Native kids to leave the res because as Oto people, there's not very many of us. So when you travel around the world, you're not going to see Oto people outside of your res. So I know it's kind of hard and makes it hard to live almost. So I always got to try to remember that.
I also had time to prepare, so I'm going to say Gold Rush by Taylor Swift or Your Needs, My Needs by Noah Kahan.
The first thing that comes to my mind is Long Journey by Rod Wave.
Okay. Mine is Ways by Janae Eco. And Why Aren't You Smiling?
The theme song for my life is called Walkin' and Talkin' by Rare Americans, and it's basically like some days might not be well, but you keep going on. It'll eventually be what you make it.
I don't know if there's a theme song for my life, but lately I've just been listening like 80s cruise drive songs, like 80s vibe stuff, like the late night stuff. So, I don't know why.
I can't think of a theme song for my life, but I've been listening to Popular by The Weeknd.
And then the final question, what are your expectations of campus life?
I don't really know what I expected when I came. I just kind of came and tried everything out, but I don't know. I like campus life. I think it's fun.
I think my expectation is mostly like safety and things being taken seriously. I don't think Haskell has a very good history of that per se. I think things are kind of just swept under the rug or ignored. So yeah, I think safety.
I'm gonna go with what Tara said. I agree with her. Tara. Sorry. Yeah, they just got like very safety rules here on campus, and yeah.
Well, I think they're getting better at that. But I feel like I expected it to be very, because I didn't grow up on the res, so I thought it was going to be very rugged. But it's actually not. It's a very good establishment, and everyone's very sweet and very funny in their own way.
My expectations for campus life. So when I came here, it was already starting to build up again. And now that I see they're making a coffee shop at Stidham, so I'm just expecting more build up for campus and make it more active for people to enjoy around.
My expectations for campus weren't a whole lot, especially when I first got here. It was like the campus just opened up post-COVID, and so things were just kind of getting up and running again. No clubs, there were no orgs going on. I think just SGA. It was just kind of everybody getting their bearings. So it's taken off since then. So I'm very happy. I feel like at this point Haskell's definitely exceeded my expectations.
I didn't have any expectations when coming here. I had no idea how campus was gonna be because I just came out of high school and I just came here and I just new experiences.
Nice. That's it. We answered the questions. 19 minutes. I didn't answer. Yeah, I guess I could.
What's the theme song to your life?
Yeah. Let's see. Want me to start with that one?
Yes.
Okay, theme song of my life. Let's see. I grew up with a lot of 80s heavy metal, so probably Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden. One of my favorites. Let's see. So, what is Haskell to you? So Haskell to me was my grandma. She came here too when it was a boarding school era, and so I think I'm like 5th generation or 4th generation Haskell person. And I came here in 2015. It was the first college that I applied to, but I didn't fully go here until 2015. I applied in 2010. But yeah, it's something that's helped me throughout my whole educational career and helped me direct my path in higher education and where I wanted to go. And it's one of my favorite places to be. So And why did I come to Haskell? I came to Haskell because I dropped my sister off here in probably 2014. I drove her across country, dropped her off, and I was like, talked to some people, and I was like, I want to go here too. Just seeing everybody was just, really amazing. And I was taking online courses at that point, and not really like before COVID was going on. And so it was just kind of a struggle trying to figure out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be. And when I came to Haskell, it was just all this different kind of feeling. But what is life at Haskell? As a student and as faculty now, it's frustrating. It's one of those really frustrating things that there are so many things you want to happen, but gets delayed, and then eventually does happen, but it takes forever. And as a student, I experienced that. As a faculty, I experiencing that. And there's a whole lot of systems in place that kind of are associated with that being so slow. But, eventually it gets better. But, I still love Haskell in so many ways. It's provided so many things to me. And it's kind of like I want everything to be faster, I want everything to be more efficient, but at the same time, I kind of rely on the slowness sometimes. Because when it gets too fast for me, I gotta slow everything down, What are my expectations for campus life? My expectations are I hope to create spaces where students can come and enjoy themselves, where students can be able to learn, they can express themselves, and they can be able to learn in a stress-free environment. So one thing that I incorporate into all my classes, I don't have any tests. Any test that I do have is a quiz or something kind of thing, but it can be community-based, meaning that you can use other people to help you answer those questions, I do that because I don't believe in like standardized testing or any of that. But what I do believe is that, if you show up, if you do the work, and you communicate, then you're gonna pass my classes. Those like the main things that I wanted you to get out of these classes, to be able to how to communicate and how to communicate effectively. Those are my answers. Any questions?
Very good answers.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll have Haskell Rascals too? Because I really want some.
One day.
Well,
Keep your tradition going.
like my kids would go to Haskell later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's one thing. We all have different ideas of what a Haskell Rascal is.
Really?
What are your guys' ideas? Yeah.
Your parents meet here and then they graduate and then they have a kid and then the kid goes here too.
So
Yeah,
it
and then-
stops whenever I always heard it stops whenever they have the kid. So you meet here and they have the kid, and that's a Haskell Rascal, even if they don't go here after.
that was my dad.
Rascal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the older one was like, they conceived in the dorm.
Oh my god.
Then my niece is a Haskell Rascal.
Never mind. No, thank you.
Any other questions?
Also, I feel like people that come here, graduate, and then have just stick around, live in Lawrence, and then their kids go to high school here, all that stuff, and then they eventually come to Haskell. I feel like that counts too. I feel like I've heard those stories.
Yeah, and that's kind of a really interesting thing when it comes to Lawrence, is that I can't remember what we did. We did it a while ago, but we estimated about 257 different tribes represented in Lawrence. And out of the 574 currently, federally recognized. So it's interesting to think about how the big population of indigenous people, federally recognized people in Lawrence, and how families are just generation upon generation staying here, Because that's what kind of happened to me is after I graduated from Haskell, my sister and my friends and family just stayed here in Lawrence. Stayed here, worked in Lawrence, and now I teach at Haskell. So it's these different ways of how Haskell has influenced the indigenous representation within Lawrence is really interesting. you know. You said you're from, who's local again?
It was like 4 hours away, right?
I'm yeah. So I live 4 hours away. So from what I've seen, from my family experience here, is like not even like they didn't stay here, but like it's still like a second home. Like my brother's here like once a month. It feels like his mentors and his teachers that had actually retired, they still come back because they had gone to Haskell, and they still come. They taught, and then they come back and visit still, even though they live back home. So I think it's also just like a second home to people.
Any other questions, topics you guys want to talk about? One thing I know we need to talk about for class is what kind of questions do we want to ask the Student Success Center for their interview on Thursday? It's Thursday, right?
It's Thursday.
Yeah. So we was going to ask them, probably similar questions to what we have for the, the Life at Haskell series. But what other questions should we ask them specifically about the Student Success Center?
Maybe like what services they provide. That'd be pretty helpful because I'm not even sure what all they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how can they make a bigger difference than what they're making in the past?
I always think it's interesting. People get the Student Success Center and TRIO kind of mixed up. So, like, what's the difference between the two?
Okay, so what do you do? And then what else?
Oh, how can they make a difference?
Or
this
maybe
year?
how are you guys making a difference?
Yeah, more
Or-
than like the past years.
So like how are you guys making a difference? Or like
Yeah, like in the students, like I feel like not many students, they only go there for their schedules.
oh yeah. And then how are you different from TRIO?
Yeah.
You want to explain TRIO from what you know about it right now?
Let me think. Technically, I'm part of TRIO. TRIO is a grant-funded thing. So they apply for grants, and then they're able to provide, like, they do the tutoring, they do success coaching, they help with your planning. They have a lot of the similar things, but they also do then, like, college visits and different things like that, because it's grant-based, whereas Student Success Center is funded by the school, from what I know.
Okay. So we got what do you do, how you're making a difference, how are you different from TRIO? What else? What's the who, what, when, why, how of student success? Like who? Who is it? Do you guys know? That's off the top of your heads.
I know Julia, Leslie,
Julia, Leslie,
and Ron.
That's it.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's it?
Okay.
Oh.
So we could have them, let's see, maybe ask them to introduce themselves first, So let's start with like, we'll also introduce themselves. What else? So what's the what? What is Haskell's, where, we could talk about where is that housed, So we got them where it's housed. Here in Tammany Library at Haskell. Where, same thing.
Or what? They can explain more, like when they
What they
explain the
do.
TRIO and what they do and
Uh-huh.
the difference.
Okay. So let's think about, by the end of this class, let's think about sending, like, let's send them an email before, like, probably today, by the end of this class, so that they can be prepared for Thursday, because so they can have some time to think about their answers and stuff. And then let's also ask them, is there anything that they want to include in their interview? So I don't know how should we phrase that. Like, is there anything that they want to say about their program? Should we just say it like that? Is there say your program, or is program good? Are they a program? Or are they just like
That's what I was saying. Are they?
Yeah.
I feel like they are.
I feel like they count as like, I think they're technically like a service.
Oh
Yeah.
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 There he is right there. The man round.
Oh, there it is. Oh, and then just to go over the schedule again. So today, TV news podcast, then Life at Haskell on Thursday. That's where we interview the Student Success Center guys. And then the Saturday after that, the first week of February, is when we'll do the first with the video.
Sorry,
Then after
is it
that,
this Saturday or next Saturday?
oh,
This Saturday is like the 3rd.
oh shit. Is it this Saturday?
This Saturday is the first weekend of February.
So so it's this weekend, right?
Wait, what's happening?
That's when we're gonna release the video, the content
Oh.
that we're creating.
Oh, y'all should say where we can watch it or find them, cause, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do it through the Indian Leader.
Mhm.
So that's one thing too that we're going to talk about is I want to bring back or start constantly posting on the Indian Leader and getting that back into what's it called? I don't know. Back into mainstream stuff, being recognized again.
When is the meetings for the Indian Leader?
So
Oh,
Wednesdays
yeah.
at 4.
Wednesday.
Yeah, and we have the highlight night tonight where we're gonna be setting up.
Oh,
Please
I'm gonna be
come
helping
right.
Sadie.
Huh?
I'm gonna be helping Sadie.
Oh, nice.
with
What?
that stuff.
That'd be good.
No, just start.
Yeah, I
please
think I'm
come
gonna run
write
for
things.
vice president.
Oh,
should.
okay.
Highlight nights tonight.
That'd be
and
cool.
Really?
come
Yeah,
start
I was
6
VP
p.m.
last
That's fine.
semester.
6
Really?
p.m.
Yeah, well, she's president,
And
and
7:30
she was
at
telling me
Blake.
that she
Okay.
really wanted help.
Yeah, she needs a VP.
Yeah. I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah. Step up. No.
How do you guys feel about this little podcast? Was it good?
It could be a lifestyle.
Should we? So we're at 30 minutes right now. Usually they're like an hour, but like now that we experienced our first one, we can figure out, well, how do we fill that time? How do we make something interesting?
Let's tell ghost stories.
Anyone got any ghost stories?
Nope. Yes.
Go.
Like here on campus?
We should explain some native, like, myths, like the deer woman or something. Oh. I don't really know who that woman is, deer woman, but I hear about her a lot.
But let's talk about her.
And you should not go in the wetlands at night or she'll get you. But that's what I heard.
From what I've heard, she only goes after like men who are mistreating women instead.
I love her.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched Reservation Dogs yet. No, but there is an episode that goes over that.
Oh.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. I know one. Oh, go.
My grandma always told me a story where she wasn't really all that bad. She used to tell me a story where there used to be like this cabin. It was kind of on the outskirts of town. And there was this old lady, and she always had her feet covered and stuff. And there was these little kids, and they'd always make fun of her and stuff and laugh at her. And one time they got lost in the woods, and this deer, they followed the deer, and it took them right back to their house. And then when they walked by that one house, that lady wasn't there. And they turned around and looked one more time, and she was back. And they said, but that was a story my grandma always told me. So she said, she never really was that bad.
So is she like a old lady or is she like a woman? Like,
Yes.
have y'all heard of her for real?
In my family, we don't talk about that kind of thing. The aunties say no.
Yeah, there's a lot of different families who like whenever when they talk about that stuff, you can't talk about it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
You gotta
like
whisper, or is it like sacred?
it's kind of like
If
I guess
you talk about it, you like are bringing it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like manifesting. I've
Yeah.
always knew that.
So, we don't do that.
So what about like who else is like indigenous, like and scary? Is Sasquatch, is that indigenous? Do y'all think so? Or Bigfoot? No?
I'd say so.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like, because we're a part of the land and he is too, you know? But I don't know.
But I just realized I have to prepare for my next class too. So that's one thing we need to think about too, is like as we kind of go along and figure out how we want to organize the class, let's figure out how when we want to put in the podcasting time, you know? But any final thoughts you guys want to talk about for the podcast? How should we close
Join the
it?
newspaper.
Join the newspaper, yeah. Join the Indian leader. Listen to it. Follow the Indian leader. I can't remember what our socials are. It's just Indian leader.
I think it's just the Indian.
Do they
Yeah.
have like a logo? I think y'all should get a logo.
We
Yeah.
do have a logo. I will show it to you.
Okay. And where can I join?
We are going to be at Highlight Night tonight, and then our meetings are Wednesday at 4 p.m. right here.
Okay. And what do you guys do?
We have different outlets we're trying to do. You can write articles, you can write just like event things if you want. There's photography, doing videography. We talked about doing the podcast. Maybe this is just the podcast.
Yeah.
Basically, any kind of media thing that you think you might want to do, you can probably figure out a way to do it, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like an outlet for like everyone on campus to express themselves, but
Yeah.
like in like a like in a good light, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an
And-
opportunity to share your thoughts, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opinion pieces, if you want.
And it's also the oldest student newspaper in the United States.
Really?
Oldest
This is us.
indigenous student newspaper, yeah.
Well, y'all should publish tonight.
Okay, fine. I do have a bunch of articles just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's my main goal with this semester. Is I really want to bring back all of our media back up front. But, all right, I think that's good. Any other closing statements? No. All right, I don't know how to end podcasts, so we'll just end it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey.
Stay out of those wetlands.
All right.